Meet Travis Walton, a man who's about to take a unique and terrifying journey. A journey to the other side of his belief system. All of his notions of reality will be called into question. At first, it seemed like any other night as they headed home from work.
What's that?
I don't know.
Maybe it's forest fire.
I don't see any smoke. Yeah, well, what the hell is it?
Get closer to it, Mike. Get closer to it.
What we saw was not that far away. I mean, we could see this thing. It was clear, it was distinct. It wasn't just a point of light in the sky or anything like this. This was very close. You could have thrown a rock and hit it. I was scared, but like everyone there, but I got out and went towards it. That might have been a foolish thing, but I was thinking this thing might take off, you know. I just wanted to get a closer look, and I figured this would vanish.
Travis! Get back in here!
Did you see what happened to him? They killed him! They're gonna kill us too!
Shut up! Bobby, just shut up! We gotta go back.
No way, Mike! Are you crazy?
After we'd put maybe a quarter of a mile distance between us and it, I suddenly realized what we had done, and I realized that our friend was back there, that I'd left him there. So I stopped the truck, and several of them didn't want that at all. And I says, well, we have to go back. He could be hurt, obviously is hurt, and we can help him. We went back to the site. The thing was gone. Travis was gone. So we thought maybe he wandered off somewhere. So we conducted a hand-in-hand search, you might say. 6 grown men walking around in the woods, about as close to each other as they could get. We decided that without being able to find him, we would have to do something. What would we do? All we could think of was go to the authorities.
The sheriff arrived and listened to their story. He was cautious, but not completely disbelieving. He decided the only thing to do was to go back up the hill in the morning and look for Travis.
3 of the guys had no intention of going back up the hill. They wanted to stay right down there where they were. And so me and one other fella and several of the sheriff people went back up the hill and covered all the roads below and above, and we looked for tracks, we looked for sign, we listened. We couldn't find him at all. There was no trace of him at all, no tracks of any kind anywhere. It just seemed that they must have taken him. Whoever they were, we had no idea at that point.
It's only maybe 100 feet or so away from us. You know, just sitting and filled this whole area in here. See how it's all burned up and stuff? It was huge, you know, it was filled this whole thing up. And just, it's the weirdest damn thing I've ever seen.
Somebody from somewhere other than this world had taken him, and he was just not there.
Mike Rogers and the sheriff went to inform Walton's mother that her son was missing.
I'm sorry. I left him. I just didn't know what to do. I'm sorry.
All through that night and the next several days, it was incomprehensible. We could not understand what had happened. It just didn't sink in. Something had happened, something odd had happened. We didn't know if it was terrible, whether it was great, we didn't know, but it's something that we couldn't understand that happened, and it was very traumatic, very traumatic, the most traumatic event that I've ever encountered.
The sheriff from Holbrook expected that the men had murdered Travis and buried his body in the woods, and that they were using the UFO story as an alibi.
Dallas, why don't you tell us about this conversation with Travis?
Joe, they was just talking about his sister. Now, they've been dating.
Do you have a problem with Travis there, son?
Travis was my best friend. Why would I kill him?
I don't know. I understand he wanted to marry your sister. Maybe you didn't like that idea. If you boys are all telling the truth, why not take a lie detector test?
It's fine with me.
Hell yeah, I'll do it.
Well, good. We'll get to the bottom of this yet.
A few days later, the polygraph examiner gave an official report. They told Mike Rogers that this was the first time the polygraph examiner had such a large number of subjects regarding the same event. He said his findings positively proved the men did see something they believed to be a UFO.
No.
Did you see spacecraft?
Yes, I did.
Later, Travis returned with a remarkable story.
When I felt the numbing shock, I blacked out, and the next thing I knew, I regained consciousness. Not quickly, sort of gradually. My head wasn't real clear. I was in a lot of pain. I was laying on my back. I didn't know where I was. I remembered what had happened in the woods as I was regaining consciousness. I was trying to figure out what I was and what was going on. Maybe I was in a hospital or something, that I'd been hurt. And I was standing in front of those things that were coming towards me, and they stopped there and they stood there looking at me. These huge eyes just seemed to just look right through me. I didn't get any impression of emotion. It was a very detached, sort of just observing sort of thing, but it seemed like they could see everything I was thinking and feeling. Very disturbing feeling to feel so exposed. These huge eyes looked at me, and when they'd blink, and on an eye that big, the eyelid just slid down and opened like a window opening and shutting, and it just had the strangest sort of feeling. I couldn't bear their gaze.
Get back!
There was a lever there, and when I moved that, the star pattern appeared to move. That kind of disoriented me for a minute because, it felt like I was moving kind of for a second, because this was, to have everything suddenly shift like that. But I figured I'd better quit messing with that. You know, I had by that time surmised that I was in some sort of craft and connected it to what had happened before and figured I might crash this thing or something. This person was not like these humanoid creatures that I'd seen earlier. This looked like a human being, looked like a man in a blue uniform. I went up to him thinking, you know, that I was being rescued, that I was being saved, that this was a person, you know. I started asking all kinds of questions.
Where am I? I mean, where are we? And who are those things that I saw? Talk to me.
Went through some doors, down a hallway, to another room.
What are you guys doing? What's going on here? I mean, who are you people? Touch me. Don't touch me! Don't! Get your hands off me! What are you doing? Touch me! What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off me!
5 days had passed before Travis returned. He was asked to take a lie detector test. He too had passed. Little did he know that this event would cast a shadow over the rest of his life.
The thing that has brought more frustration and pain into my life as a result of all this happening is the fact that people can't see me anymore, me as a person. I get a feeling of invisibility because of this thing. Every contact I have with people is covered by, is filtered through the distorting lens of something that just happened to me 15 years ago. And it is something that just happened to me. I didn't do anything special or heroic. I'm not a hero or a celebrity any more than I'm a deceiving rascal or a crackpot space cadet sort of person. I would like to be seen as myself rather than in terms of this thing that just happened to me. It could have happened to anyone.
All of the woodsmen moved away except Mike and Travis. Travis married Mike's sister Dana and have 4 beautiful children, and still live in the same small town in Arizona, where no one has forgotten what happened more than 30 years ago.